All right, next topic.
All right.
Last week, we did a segment, which I thought was really funny because I listened back to it again today, and I just kind of laughed about it because it was so funny.
Okay.
We talked about that tennis player that she was over in Australia.
Oh, yeah, the twirler.
Yeah. Eugenie Bouchard.
Okay.
She's a Canadian, by the way.
All right.
And that interviewer asked her to twirl.
Right.
Well, as disgusting, as repulsive as this is,
okay,
you're not going to believe what they're referring to this as.
What?
Twirlgate.
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 Who exactly is they?
Whoever is writing these articles.
They're still writing about this?
Well, this is a follow-up.
All right.
Eugene Bouchard and the exaggeration over Twirlgate.
Oh, God damn. Really? First week, didn't we have Inflategate last week, too?
Yeah. So anyway, what this is are the reactions to the article.
Okay.
About, having her twirl, and these are people who have made comments about the article. So I just thought I would follow up with these letters to the editor or whatever.
Okay, great.
All right, the first one is, it was ridiculous to see how in her moment of victory, an announcer saw fit to ask a star athlete like Eugene Bouchard to twirl as if she was not the fierce competitor we know her to be.
Oh, my God, Jesus.
Well, that just goes back to the comments that I made during that segment last week that she achieved.
Yeah.
And your comment was, she's a tennis player. She goes out there and hits a little green ball.
Yeah.
But, people take offense at that. It's just like, well, she's an athlete, man. She worked hard, and you're asking her to twirl around like she's just some kind of a,
Yeah, you know what? She's an athlete for those 2 hours that she's on the court. Then she's a piece of ass. I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is.
You're just got hateful rhetoric.
No,
I gotta agree with, Mr. Mist or whatever the hell.
Ditto mist. Look, let's just call this. Let's take out Twirlgate chick for a second.
Twirlgate.
Let's take her out of the picture for a minute. Let's go to Stephanie for a minute. We both know Stephanie, right?
Yes.
She's a hot chick, right?
Yeah, she's a good-looking gal, nice figure, fun.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
When she's at work, she works at a daycare place.
Okay.
When she's at work, she's a daycare worker.
She's Mrs. Drake.
Okay, well, but more to the point, I forget that part. That's her fucking malfunction. But when she's at work, she's a daycare worker, correct?
Correct.
And if the parents come in and their kids are playing and they need to have a discussion with the teacher, they talk to her.
Yeah,
right?
She's in a professional capacity.
Right. The minute she leaves that daycare center, she is absolutely a piece of ass. Absolutely. She's not still the daycare worker. Her job means nothing to anybody that's not working at that job. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
And that's my point with this tennis chick. This tennis chick, when she's on the court banging that ball around or whatever the fuck she does, you know what? She's a damn fine competitor.
Sure.
When she's off the court and still wearing that little barely covering the pussy skirt and it's all sweaty and you're looking at some sweaty-ass camel toe there, yeah, dude, do a little twirl, honey. Why don't you grab your toes, too, while you're at it? Let me see what's cooking back there. I mean, shit, why is that so wrong? Why is this a big deal?
Well, apparently some people just are overly sensitive about it.
I guess.
Anyway, the next comment. What are you laughing about?
Nathan.
What are you...
Going back to the teeth story.
Wow. Yuck. Yuck.
It's Greg Brady's wife.
Yeah.
Or
His sexual companion.
Sexual companion.
Yeah. Nice. Oof.
Wow.
All right.
All right, go ahead.
Women need to learn how to draw boundaries and define them, or defend them, rather. It might take another generation before we actually raise our girls in a way that doesn't break their sense of self. We wouldn't be in the situation we are in as a society if we treated them fairly at the onset. For now, women and girls need to unlearn what they've been told.
Really?
All right.
I just love how the overwhelming thought on this is that it's always the guy's fault.
Of course it is.
It's always the dude's fault. Well, you know what? Just like what that person just said about how the girls need to unlearn this and that, the girls play into getting the guys to do what they want.
Right.
That is what girls do. That is what women do. They use the pussy to get the money. They use the pussy to get whatever the guy offers them. Every time.
It's the womanly wiles. That's what
there's probably one marriage in 1,000 where the guy and the woman are on equal footing. Right?
I would agree.
You know, I mean, so stop pretending with your horseshit political correct bullshit of fucking what you think it should be, that's what it is, because it's not. That's an Aesop's fable, my darling. That is just a straight up bullshit. You know? I mean, that's what it is. It's not that way. Chicks are fucking supposed to be hot, and they're supposed to suck your dick, and you're supposed to want that, so you give them whatever you can offer back, whether it's money or companionship or whatever the fuck it is.
Right.
That's it. Why is that so bad? It's worked for fucking ever.
Yeah.
It's worked since cavemen fucking were bashing chicks in the head and dragging them into the cave and fucking them. So why is it got to be different now? Why do chicks want to be dudes? And that's really what it is.
Yeah.
Chicks want to be dudes. Why? When they're dudes, then no one's going to give a fuck about them.
Right.
I don't get it.
All right. The next comment is, I would recommend women look at the action course at Montreal's Assault Prevention Center, which teaches self-defense. Respecting our boundaries is something that's trained out of us, and it takes some work to get it back. So what is this person recommending? When that guy asked her to twirl, she should have decked him?
Yeah, I don't think he touched her.
No.
Did he?
No, he just said, hey, could you twirl for me? And she did it.
Yeah, so what's the problem? Is she upset now?
Not that I'm aware of. These are the outraged readers of the story.
I get that, but I mean, nowhere in this are we hearing, what's her name, tennis player chick.
Eugene Burchard.
Eugenia Burchard was outraged by this, horrible thing.
Yeah.
She just did it. She's like, oh, okay, cool. Look, you like my ass? I mean, how old is this chick?
She's 20.
20?
Yeah.
She loves the attention.
Of course she does.
Who are we fucking kidding?
Yeah.
She loves the attention.
Sure. Beverly Ackerman stated her discontent that tennis star Eugenia Burchard was asked to twirl for the crowd during a recent post-match interview. Burchard has recently said publicly that she really liked the outfit her fellow competitor Serena Williams was wearing. So it's not a huge stretch to see why she was asked to show off her choice of fashion at the Australian Open. Ackerman's connecting the dots between the twirl and Gian Gomeshi, I don't know who that is taking it a bit too far. Gomeshi's alleged physical abuse and harassment of women can hardly be analog to being asked to pirouette for the camera. So I guess this was an article where they were making some kind of a comparison that this woman was being abused.
Sexually assaulted?
Yeah, she was being assaulted.
Whatever.
Tennis is a show. Athletes are performers. They get paid a lot of money to wear outfits, not unlike movie stars and other entertainers who sell the product of their sponsors. Yes, Bouchard is a world-class athlete, and so was David Beckham when he was modeling Calvin Klein. This twirl will not go down in history as one of the feminists' low points.
All right, so the white knight or the regular view comes in, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
One guy.
Yeah.
Others have been chicks so far, I'm assuming.
In her opinion piece, Beverly Ackerman suggests that she does not condone violence, but then goes on to say that words are not enough and the woman must fight back physically if necessary. Eugene Bouchard, being the epitome of strength and empowerment, did not put up a fight or assert herself. When asked by an interviewer to twirl, how would the public have reacted had she fought back aggressively to the request to twirl? To equate the twirl with Ghomeshi allegation is a huge exaggeration. Sometimes a twirl is simply a twirl, not an example of sexism, as many feminists would like us to believe.
Yeah. So what if it is? So yeah, I'll say it straight out. If a chick's twirling for me, I'm checking out her legs.
Right.
That's what I'm looking at. I'm not looking at their fucking outfit. Could give a flying fuck. I'm hoping that the outfit pops up so I can see some good shit.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, here's where I think that people miss the boat. All these people, they want it to be, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. You can't pretend chicks are hot. You can't fucking, want to see more. You can't express to them that, you're hot. Let me see what you got. That type of thing.
Sure.
So they're in my mind, they're saying they want to be equal, right? Is that how you read it?
that is the popular thought process.
Okay.
At least in the media.
So if they want to be equal, if a chick is running her fucking mouth, as chicks do, like when guys and chicks get into really bad fights, you know how a chick always takes it too far?
Oh, yeah.
Because they know they won't get punched? Well, if we make all things equal, then it should be okay if I knock her the fuck out, right?
Right.
That's the way I look at it. You want it equal, it goes all equal, not the pieces that you want.
Yeah, you pull a geezer on her.
I would, dude. Absolutely. You know what? I don't do that, but I certainly can think of a lot of chicks I'd like to.
Sure.
Fuck yeah, especially when they push the nuclear button that they know is the nuclear button, knowing that you won't fucking knock them the fuck out.
Right.
Because believe me, when they push that nuclear button with me, they better pray to God that I'm not drinking.
Sure.
Because you know how I get when I'm drinking.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, that's the scary part of it, man, is that they're picking and choosing, and so much of this goddamn politically correct faggot-ass society is just going along with it.
Right.
Oh, yeah, this is bad. No, it's not.
Mm-hmm.
Guy asked this chick to twirl, so what? Anybody that's still making a story about this should be fucking punched in the face because it's not that big of a deal. She did it. If she was completely offended and her mother was raped as a child and first was told to twirl or some shit, all right, then we got a case going. Hot chick, played tennis, won her match. Guy's like, geez, you look pretty hot. Let me get a twirl. Sure, he was saying it as a goof, right? Do you think he was being serious? Like, hey, baby, let me see you twirl.
No, it's just, I think he was probably, again, I don't know. He was just being fun and playful with her.
He was doing it as a goof. She did it. She got the joke. Enough. There's no story here. Dumb bitches.